Welcome to the 4th installment of Piney's Kanto course. Last episode we beat Lieutenant Surge, opening up the region immensely. In this episode we aim to beat Erika, the grass-type gym leader. Heading all the way back through Cerulean, we use Cut on this here tree to allow us entry into Route 9. No new Pokemon to catch here, but plenty of trainers to battle. Route 10 allows us to catch Eradicate, Matchoff, and Magnemite in yellow, and Voltorb in red and blue, as well as heal our Pokemon before we face Rock Tunnel. Before we can navigate Rock Tunnel, we must first teach a Pokemon Flash. In red, this was easily handled with the Mr. Mime we acquired last episode. In blue, this was handled by a Clefairy we happened to have at the back of our party. In yellow, I simply taught Flash to Penny the Pikachu. There were a lot of trainers here, and Pokemon too. We caught Onix and Matchup in red and blue. Unfortunately, due to the fact that Barak the Golem was traded from red, he stopped obeying me halfway through the cave. This means he won't listen to me at all until I get the badge from Erika later on. Exiting Rock Tunnel, we made our way into Lavender Town. I visited the name raider naming Beedrill Buzz. I then tried exploring south to Route 12, but was blocked by a sleeping Snorlax. I then explored Pokemon Tower, fighting our rival on the way up. In red, he opens with Pidgeotto. Norbert the Nidoking comes out to Horn Attack it into submission. Next is Gyarados. I bring out Buzz the Beedrill, who gets one-shotted by his Gyarados' bite. I send out Norbert once more. Seeing as my own Gyarados doesn't have any water-type moves in yellow, it's safe to assume that my rival's doesn't either. Norbert gets one-shotted by a Hydro Pump. Spork the Fearow comes out next to spam Fury Attack, eventually bringing it down. Next out is Growlithe, and Sam the Squirtle comes out swinging. 2 Water Guns is all it takes. He brings out Kadabra, who falls to Sam's Water Guns as well. Ivysaur is last and falls victim to Spork's Pecs once more. Opening with Pidgeotto again in blue, we send out Charlie the Charmeleon as Barak is unable to fight for the time being. Charlie manages to land a burn on the bird, eventually taking it out with Embers. Growlithe was next, who we combated with Neptune the Nidoqueen and her Body Slams. A new threat in the form of Execute. Pepper comes out to hit it with Gust, getting it low but succumbing to Barrage. Charlie came out to finish it off with an Ember, and Kadabra met the same fate as Pidgeotto and Execute before it, falling victim to Ember once more. Wartortle is last, and Valerie puts it out of its misery with Vine Whip. Starting with Fearow in yellow, Penny Thundershocks it in the face, leveling up and learning Thunderbolt mid-battle, immediately testing it out and subsequently one-shotting my rival's next Pokemon, Shelder. Vulpix up next, pitted against my Gertrude the Gyarados. 1 Bubble Beam was all it took. Sandshrew fell victim to the exact same thing. Pity. Eevee is last, and Mischief the Mankey comes out to low-kick it into oblivion. Moving upward through Pokemon Tower, I realize that I need a Sylph Scope to proceed and even catch the Ghost-type Pokemon present here, so it's onward to Celadon City I go. Not too much on Route 10, I capture a Growlithe in red and fight off all the trainers. Celadon City, home of the Game Corner. I gamble my little heart out, as I plan on purchasing all these Pokemon, although I didn't quite have the patience yet to finish the job. I will later. I claim the free gift Eevee atop the apartments. Having 3 is really great. I can easily get all 3 evolutions without any more save files. The Celadon department store is where I got a very important TM, Ice Beam. I put it to Sam in red, which means they now have an Ice move. They can do super effective damage against Fire, Rock, Ground, and now also Dragon, Flying, and Grass types. This is a huge step up for the team. I also teach Ice Beam to Gertrude the Gyarados. I had mentioned previously that I was eyeing Gertrude as an Ice move user, and this is exactly what I meant. I venture into the Team Rocket hideout, wiping out every single grunt in sight. I eventually meet face to face with their leader, Giovanni. Sam sweeps everything but his Kangaskhan, who Norbert sufficiently dealt with. In blue, Valerie takes care of most of his team, poisoning Kangaskhan and switching into Neptune to finish the battle. In yellow, we face Jesse and James yet again. It was easy, but it's still cool every time I see them. As for Giovanni, Gertrude soloed his entire team. After defeating Giovanni, we acquired the Sylph Scope, which we'll use later to catch us some ghosts. I then figured that while I'm here and feeling as confident as I do, that we should challenge Erika. I opened with Sam. Bold to open with a water type, but this water type has Ice Beam. Sam KO'd her Victory Bell in 2 hits, froze her Tangela, fighting away the rest of the damage, and dealt most of the damage to her Vileplume, getting sleep powdered and being forced to switch out. Spork the Fearow came in to save the day with a couple of swift pecks, and the battle was won. In blue, I opened with my newly evolved Charlie the Charizard. I had taken on the gym trainers, as I do for every gym, and Charmeleon evolved. I did, however, forget to hit up the Poké Center before the battle, so I began the fight with a poisoned Charizard. This ticking time bomb of a Pokemon combined with Erika's Victory Bell using Wrap right off the bat made this a very stressful battle indeed. I eventually managed to land enough Embers to do away with Victory Bell, taking advantage of her Tangela missing a bind to switch into Pepper the Pidgeotto. Pepper hit Tangela with Gust, leaving just Vileplume. I sent out Charlie to hit an Ember, knowing full well it'd go down on the first turn. The Ember set Burn, which did end up doing enough chip damage to allow Pepper to get away with spamming Gust, winning the fight. It was then time for Gertrude to shine. I've been working the little guy since episode 2, and now it's all going to pay off. Tangela comes out first, falling to an Ice Beam and a Bite. Next up is Weepinbell, who takes 2 Ice Beams to go down. Last but not least is Gloom, taking 1 Ice Beam and going down. It goes without saying that Gertrude is quite powerful. With Erika beat and the Sylph Scope in hand, it's time to head back to Lavender to inspect the ghost problem. On our way up, we snag Ghastly in all 3 games and Cubone in red and blue. We soon reveal the ghost blocking our way to be that of Marowak. Defeating the ghost allows us up to the last level, where we can defeat some Team Rocket grunts and free Mr. Fuji. After fighting off Team Rocket, Sam the Wartortle evolves into Blastoise, an incredible milestone. We go down to Mr. Fuji's house, where he gives us the Poké Flute. Next episode, we're going to use this flute to traverse down to Future City, start on the Safari Zone, and defeat Koga. I'll see you there.